For you, I think I die for you. Just 'cause you cry for you. Do things we want to. Let control. It's 107.5 GCI, the Shine's #1 for hip hop and R&B, man. We talk about the dumbest DJ in the world next on GCI.
With landscapes native to the Chicagoland region, offering a rare opportunity to relax in nature at an airport.
Carolina Garibay, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
And you can find renderings of the new concourse on our website, WBBMNewsRadio.com. A man from Chicago died over the holiday weekend in an ATV crash in Michigan's Upper Peninsula.
It happened near Manistee along the northern shore of Lake Michigan at about 8 on Sunday night. According to Michigan State Police, troopers responded to a 911 call regarding an ATV crash on a trail. The driver, a 33-year-old Chicago man who is yet to be identified, had life-threatening injuries. An 11-year-old girl who was a passenger had minor injuries. According to state police, the four-wheel ATV rolled over and both were ejected. The machine then rolled over the man who later died at a hospital. The girl was his niece. Police say neither was wearing a helmet. They say the incident remains under investigation. Mike Krauser, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Donald Trump has scored a win of sorts in another legal case.
There's a development in another legal case involving Donald Trump. The judge overseeing Trump's classified documents case in Florida has rejected the government's request to restrict statements by the ex-president that could endanger officers involved in the prosecution. The request came after Trump claimed last week that FBI agents who searched Mar-a-Lago 2 years ago were authorized to shoot him, distorting a standard use of force policy. Judge Aileen Cannon says prosecutors did not give Trump's lawyers enough time to discuss the request before filing it Friday evening. Saga Ortega at the White House.
More than 20 deaths are being blamed on severe storms that continue to hit the U.S., with much of Texas being targeted today. Correspondent Jim Crisula has one grieving family story.
Jeremiah Dorn lost his 80-year-old grandmother Linda. The tree was blown on the remote in northwestern Arkansas.
It's amazing what this is for me. Even as you can, it's just still take care of your friends, make sure your family's covered, and get back to his head.
Dorn says he was somehow able to pull his grandfather from the debris, even though the older man weighs 3 times more than his grandson. His grandparents recently celebrated their 63rd wedding anniversary. Jim Crisula, CBS News.
Nigeria's government is cracking down on illegal mining. Dozens of unlicensed miners have been arrested for allegedly stealing the country's lithium. It's a critical mineral used in batteries for electric vehicles, smartphones, and power systems. Illegal mines are common in the country's fledgling industry as corruption among regulatory officials is widespread, and the mineral deposits are located in remote areas with minimal government presence. Officials say profits from illicit mining practices help arm militia groups in the north of the country. Stay ahead of the race to the White House with the latest news, in-depth analysis, and interactive maps, keeping you informed on every development until November. The election news that matters to Chicago is on the Election Central homepage, WBBNNewsRadio.com. It's 2:36. Traffic, weather, and low gas prices coming up next.
Drag Me to Brunch on Sunday, June 30th at Four Winds New Buffalo Silver Creek Event Center. It's brunch, mimosa, and Bloody Mary specials with wig-flipping entertainment by the best king and queens in the area. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Grab your camera and prepare to capture a drag experience worth sharing. Get ready for a fun time. Drag Me to Brunch at Four Winds Casino New Buffalo. Your entertainment escape.
Sleep apnea is a serious condition. And the worst part about it is, because it affects you while you're sleeping, you don't know what this condition is doing to you.
And it was scary because I found out that I was waking up 145 times an hour. 145 times. I was scared. I wasn't getting enough sleep anymore.
And that's the thing. Someone like John wakes up after thinking he slept all night, And he's been feeling run down for years, and finally finds out something really is wrong. This is why, for us, solving sleep apnea problems is so gratifying, because we really are changing lives.
I get more energy. I get better sleep. I've been told for my life I can snore, but honestly, it changed my life.
This is Dr. Michael Cannon. Solving your breathing problems means a better quality of life, and you deserve that.
Go to AdventKnows.com to schedule your appointment because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Results may vary.
Now, the lowest gas prices from News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
And thanks to our listeners for the following gas prices and also food for less. At 122nd and Pulaski, selling gas for $3.89 a gallon. Bensonville, the Speedway at Irving Park and Marshall, selling gas for $3.99. If you see a great gas price, please give us a call, 312-409-GASS. 238, traffic and weather together on the 8th. And here's Neil Fiorito.
All right, Ron, we're watching a few trouble spots. One on the Eisenhower inbound, right before St. Charles Road. You have a crash involving multiple vehicles. Everything on the right shoulder, out of the lanes. Pretty jammed up, though, from York Road. Hour 3 driving in from 90, 32 for Manheim. Outbound's 45 to Manheim. It's up to an hour 3 to the Jane Addams Tollway. On the Dan Ryan outbound, stop and go from 31st to Garfield. Earlier rollover crash clear out of the local lanes, but still slower. So getting the express if you can on the way out. You're looking at 40 minutes on the outbound side of the Ryan. To drive to the split, 20 minutes on your way inbound. Cleanup of an earlier crash on the Tri-State northbound at 290 in the right lane. It's a right local lane. Stop and go traffic from Roosevelt as you make your way to the scene. We have a crash on Route 390 eastbound before Roselle Road, pretty backed up. Vehicle versus guardrail crash, and the 2 left lanes are blocked. That means just a right lane gets by on the eastbound side of Route 390. 65 still a rough go in Maryville. This is southbound. Stop and go traffic from 61st Avenue to past US 30. Earlier semi-fire cleanup continues to block the lanes. Traffic getting by slowly on the left shoulder. If you can avoid it, do so and use Broadway instead. On the Edens coming inbound, you're 27 minutes. The Kennedy's 55 in from O'Hare to downtown, 38 off the junction. Going out to Montrose at 40 minutes. Over on the Stevenson as you make your way out, 33 down to the Tri-State Tollway, 43 out to the Veterans, and 33 inbound. 57 looks okay. The 4 just a little slow inbound at the Dan Ryan. DeSalvo Lakeshore Drive, brake light southbound, Jackson to before the Stevenson. That's road work in the 3 right lanes. Northbound is heavy Roosevelt to Jackson and Navy Pier to Chicago Avenue. From the Metro Traffic Center, next report at 2:48, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
WBBM AccuWeather. Sunshine will continue to mix with clouds here as we get through the rest of this afternoon. We're already starting to see some showers and some thunderstorms pop up, and those will continue to be around into this evening. We could have some gusty winds and small hail with any downpour. High 72. Partly to mostly cloudy later tonight, low 53. Partly sunny, breezy, and cool tomorrow. High 66. We'll be closer to 60 along the lakefront, and mostly sunny Thursday. High 67. 71 degrees at O'Hare and at Midway right now. 72 at Aurora, 61 at the lakefront, are going up to 72. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Brian Thompson.
Markets are mixed. The Dow is down 281 points. The Nasdaq is up 67. The S&P 500 down 8. It's 240. Cicada fever has taken over some parts of the nation, but not here in Chicago.
If you were itching to see seas of cicadas in your neck of the woods, chances are you're disappointed so far.
If you're in an area where you know there's a lot of urban development, especially recently urban development, I would definitely say lower those expectations for the amount of cicadas that you're going to see this year.
Henry Adams is Wildlife Management Coordinator at the Lincoln Park Zoo's Urban Wildlife Institute.
There's just literally less area for a cicada to necessarily burrow down into and then maybe emerge from.
While parts of central and southern Illinois are faring far better in terms of cicada sightings, Adams says Chicagoans shouldn't squash their hopes just yet.
We're going to be seeing these insects emerge here in Illinois this year, but there might be another emergence of another brood in the next couple of years. So just keep your eye out. There's always something cool happening with cicadas.
At the Lincoln Park Zoo, Andy Dane, News Radio 105.9 at WBBM.
A new trend on social media is geared at curbing unnecessary spending.
More people are making no-buy-year pledges as overspending worries catch up with them. What started several years ago as a blog about experiment in budgeting and mindful spending has become a popular trend on social media. Carrie Rattle is the CEO of Behavioral Sense, a financial coaching company. She's got advice when starting the no-buy-year pledge. Don't go cold turkey.
Prep yourself. Know where you're going to go. start with a few key areas first, and then as you build good habits there, continue on.
And why is it so many Americans just have too many things?
We are brainwashed by retail that says you aren't enough, and they do it by creating aspirational ads.
You can also cut back on purchases from an environmental perspective by limiting your contribution to the world's waste. I'm Shirley Adler.
At the editor's desk today, Brad Robinson, our business editor, Andy Gersher, our writers, Ken Kosek, Joe Bartosh, and Terry Bauer. Our